Idioms. An idiom is a group of words in a fixed order that has a particular meaning that's different from the meanings of each word on its own. Now, some you can work out the meaning of, but others are really obscure and you just need to know them. Let's have a look at some. To make ends meet. To make ends meet means to pay for the things that you need to live. He's just lost his job and he's finding it hard to make ends meet. These people are finding it very hard to make ends meet, and they're receiving food from charity workers. In contrast, we have make a bundle, which means to make a very large amount of money, especially by doing something very successfully. In broad daylight. If you say that a crime is committed in broad daylight, you're expressing your surprise that it's done during the day when people can see it, rather than at night. To look like $1 million. If you feel $1 million, or feel like $1 million, you feel very attractive and well dressed. Once in a blue moon. If we say that something happens once in a blue moon, we mean that it happens very rarely. To give someone a hard time is to criticize, annoy, or make trouble for someone. This woman is giving her husband a hard time. Perhaps he hasn't collected the firewood. This man is giving his team a hard time. I'm glad he isn't my boss. To run out of time means to have no more time to do or complete something. We ran out of time and didn't finish the project. This man is late. He's run out of time to catch his train. To be ahead of time. If you do something ahead of time, you do it before a particular event or before you need to be well prepared. This man has arrived for his appointment interview. Now he's getting impatient. To break the bank means to be very expensive or too expensive, to cost a lot of money. Now usually this is used in negative statements. You can buy that television in the sale. It won't break the bank. At the crack of dawn means early morning. This lady likes to get up at the crack of dawn. This man likes to play golf at the crack of dawn because there aren't many people on the golf course. To dwell on the past. To dwell on the past is to think too much about a past event or events to the point where it upsets you. This lady is finding it hard to move on after her boyfriend left her. This poor woman keeps talking about the past to the point where her husband gets angry with her. Maybe she's talking about his past affair. To have the time of one's life means to enjoy oneself very much, to have lots of fun. This couple had the time of their life sailing. I can't really understand why he's wearing a tie. Perhaps he's just finished work. This girl's having the time of her life skydiving. I hope a parachute will open. To live beyond one's means. means to spend more money than one can afford to spend. The family who bought this house can't really afford it. They're living beyond their means. This man is buying a car to impress his girlfriend. He can't afford it. He's living beyond his means. Pressed for time. If you're pressed for time, you don't have much time left to do what you need to do. This man is pressed for time to get to work because of heavy traffic. Perhaps he should have left home earlier. To go Dutch. To go Dutch has nothing to do with the people from the Netherlands, Holland, who are called Dutch. They're Dutch people. What it means is to share the cost of something, especially a meal, to pay for your own meal. There's a historical meaning to going Dutch, but we don't have time to go into that now. Cheapskate. A cheapskate is a stingy person. Stingy means mean, who doesn't like spending his or her money. Some people have a lot of money but only shop when there's a bargain to be had. They go to a charity shop even though they're quite rich. On the spur of the moment. If you do something on the spur of the moment, you do it suddenly, without planning it beforehand. This couple are having a picnic on the spur of the moment because it's a nice sunny day. This man starts singing and dancing. He's happy. He does it on the spur of the moment. This couple decided to get married on the spur of the moment. To go with the times means to change, move on, to become more modern, because attitudes or fashions are changing. This man always buys the latest phone. He goes with the times. This woman goes with the times by keeping up with fashion. The older man hasn't gone with the times and can't work out how to use the laptop. If you're under the weather, you feel ill, unwell, sick. This girl has a bad cold or flu. She's under the weather. She's not going into work. This lady too feels under the weather. She's taking her temperature. Comparing apples to oranges. This means to compare two completely different things, that it's useless to compare. For instance, you could compare trucks and cars. What's the point? To pig out. I think this one's fairly obvious. To eat to excess, to eat too much, to be greedy. This girl's pigging out on a large beef burger. This man enjoys his food so much, he pigs out even while he's working. We can tell by the size of him. On the ball. To be on the ball is to be skillful. This football player is on the ball. He plays very well. Also, if someone is on the ball, they're knowledgeable, alert, and deal with things quickly and intelligently. This lady is on the ball. She even takes her work home. This scientist is on the top of her job. She's really on the ball. It's raining cats and dogs. Now, this is an English idiom that most people know, and it's not one which I ever use. I'd be more likely to say it's pouring with rain. It's pouring. Or it's throwing it down. Jumping through hoops. This comes from the circus, when animals, lions and tigers, were made to jump through hoops. We don't have lions or tigers, we have these two girls doing it. It means to do a complicated or annoying series of things to achieve something. This girl's worked through hoops to complete her project. She's delighted. To hit the pillow or hit the sack is to go to bed, to go to sleep. This woman is tired. She hits a pillow. This man takes it somewhat literally and dives into bed. He's hitting the sack or the pillow. Full of beans means full of energy and life, like this man. And these girls, they're really full of beans. It takes two to tango. This is said when you want to emphasize that both people involved in a difficult situation must accept the blame. She blames him for the divorce. But as I always say, it takes two to tango. Bat out of hell means moving extremely fast. Bats move fast. If they were escaping hell, they'd move even faster. This motorcyclist is riding like a bat out of hell. You'll probably have an accident.
Idiom. A skeleton in the closet. A skeleton in the closet means an embarrassing secret. You can usually find a skeleton in the closet when you dig into family history. Our great-great-grandfather had been in prison for bank robbery. A skeleton in the closet. What's yours? I bet you have one.